Hi you guys, welcome back to my garden. It's a cold winter day, and even though I would love to be outside getting some of my chores done outside in my garden, it's not possible because it's snow everywhere. And while it's beautiful climate weather for what I need to get done in my garden, wind is blowing, you guys, so if you hear a little bit of wind coming through, sorry about that. We're going to go ahead and head into my sunroom, get a couple of things done that I need to check off of my list before winter is over. So one of the things I like to do in the wintertime in my garden is I like to clean my pots. So I'm going to take you guys along and show you the process that I use to clean my terracotta pots. The ones that I'm going to have my vegetables in. Vegetables? What? Vegetables? Yes, I do grow vegetables in my garden, and I grow them in containers. Or sometimes I'll even pop them in a flower bed. It just all depends on what I have growing in that bed or what time of the season it is. So I'm gonna do a table scape in my sunroom, and then I need to just get some stuff done, put some terracotta pots up, have a few containers that I need to get emptied out. Come on you guys, let's get this work done. Not too long ago, I was just in the same spot and I was bringing these containers out. But it's been pretty cold. It's been about 12 degrees outside. So I'm going to be moving these dolls back. I want to make sure though, the tulip bulbs that I have planted in these containers do not freeze. I mean, tulip bulbs can take a lot, but consistent days, I think I would rather err on the side of safety, move them back in, and hopefully I'm not too late. So this snow is going to actually act as an insulation. Once these containers get inside where they're going to be warming up, then this will go down. It'll give them water, a source of water. I won't have to water these for quite some time. And then I'll probably let them sit in there for a little while. But I'm trying to avoid having my sunroom just overran by new plants in different containers, because I have more containers that I'm going to be pulling out to put out with my early spring display. So I'm going to go ahead and get these girls back on the inside. I had to go back inside and get some more layers because it was simply too cold. So it's 90 degrees in the garden. I wish it was 90 degrees in my garden, but I had to go back inside and get some more layers. Now I'm going to try to see how much I can get done. Since it is so cold outside, I decided to move all of those containers back inside of my sunroom. So I'm going to go look in on everything. I'm going to clean out a couple of pots and try to clean out my terracotta pots. These hydrangeas right here, they're a zone 3, I believe. They're hardy down to a zone 3. Since they have been out here throughout the winter, they've still been getting their water. So I've been making sure I've been watering them to make sure they're not freeze dry. Those were completely covered in ice last season, and they made it through. Things that are in my smaller pots, terracotta pots for sure, because terracotta is porous and they can freeze, they can dry, and a lot of times when you leave them out over the winter, they look good, but a lot of times they'll be cracked up and they won't last you as long. You won't get your wear out of them, and it's kind of like a no-no to actually leave your plants outside over winter if you have those fluctuating temperatures, and also if you get freezing temperatures. I made sure I moved those Roses Sharon standard hibiscus back inside of my sunroom. So what I did, I just simply went in, popped those Roses Sharons out, repotted them. Now they're in my sunroom. So I'm going to be giving some water to those today as well. Now these are in a big enough vessel. The temperature stay down for too much longer. I'm going to have to come out and just wrap a blanket, a sheet, burlap, anything around them just to make sure I protect my plants. Supervisor here, Penelope, she won't go inside. Did not put her boots on, so I'm going to go ahead and head inside, and I got everything up that I needed to get and just say a hope and a prayer for everything else. Just part of the game when you container garden. So when you container garden, you should make sure that you give your plants a 2-zone USDA zone buffer, and that way it kind of helps with those temperatures that drop because they're above the ground. They're not insulated like they normally would be. And I did come in and I added winter greens on the top of them to help with insulation as well, and they also have some mulch in them. But let's go ahead and head in and see what all we can get done today. Before I go in, I have one more area that I need to get in the house. So this is more like it. So I came back inside and made me a nice warm cup of tea, ready to go into the sunroom, and I'll show you guys what those planters look like. So I'm getting ready to get everything situated around in that room, and then I'm going to go ahead and start pulling containers to get my spring lineup ready. Now, I hate that I had to bring everything back inside, but because the temperatures have been in the teens, there's no way I was going to take a chance like that, because with Terra Cotta it's very easy for them to freeze. So let's go out to the sunroom and I'll show you guys what we have going on. I'm also going to check my hydrangeas to see if they're still living. So let's go ahead and head out there because it's going to be a long night. Except for right now, the hydrangeas that I brought in, a rose bush that I brought in. So everything is still alive right now, so I want to make sure it is alive. And then with the hydrangeas, let's go ahead and do a check on those. I'm going to just go in real quick and check and see if this hydrangea is still alive. Just go in and you can still see the green. Okay, so you see I still have the green right here on the plant, so it's definitely still alive, but I was not going to take a chance. And hydrangeas are pretty tough. Now that I got this area all cleaned out, I'm getting ready to move all of these planters because I have to be able to get over to my table area because we're going to have breakfast out here tomorrow. So what I need to do is I need to clear out all of this area, move these pots. So let's see what I can come up with. These planters are Campania or Campania. It just depends on how you pronounce it. They're terra cotta. In order to make sure that I ensure the health of my plants, I need to make sure I go in and clean out my terracotta pots. This is very simple. You just want to take some water, pour bleach in there. So maybe for a 5-gallon bucket, maybe if it's regular bleach, like 1/4 of a cup. I use concentrated bleach, so I just kind of just eyeball it. Then I'm going to let these sit in here for about 30 minutes. It's very simple. So each one of these containers, the terracotta pots, is going to be soaked in this solution, this bleach and water solution. I'm going to pull them out, set them to the side, let them air dry. I do not chance it using things like vinegar and water. That's fine. But for me, I just use bleach because we know bleach kills pathogens. So I'm going to go ahead and let these soak. And while I do that, I'm going to repot up some plants.
Don't get around, but there's something about you I like, about you I like. You're crazy for saying I should slow down, but maybe I'm escaping the love we found. There's something about you I like, about you I like. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. Guess I'm just too scared to settle down. There'd be many nights I got too high and almost left town. But there's something about you I like, about you I like. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody
hanging out with me. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say